Hello and welcome to Mango Business Apps. In this video we're going to be going over filling in the app order form, which is about collecting all the information for our developers to be able to make the app for the client. Okay, so from this stage for the sales reps you would have just filled in the client application form, which is this form here, collecting all their financial administration info. Now what we're going to do is going to click on the app order form. Now what we want all the reps to be able to do is basically collect all the information so that we have also got the high-res images such as their logo and their images for their app gallery. Now before you actually fill in this form you need to ask the client if they have their high-res logo and images in their computer at the location that you're at. Now if they say that they do and that it is on their computer that you're in the building, then you'd actually fill in this form from their computer so you can actually attach the images from the PC that has their images. Now if they don't, then you can use your iPad or your notebook computer, whatever you're using. So let's go right ahead and fill in the app order form. So you click on this here and that creates a new window. Okay, so let's start. So here we go, 8 easy steps to building your phone app. So the first thing we're going to do is come up with the app name. Now you can see here it says the app name cannot be greater than 12 characters. Spaces are counted as characters. So if we go Mango, M-A-N-G-O, that's 5 characters, and then a space, that's also 6 characters, apps, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So every space is considered as a character. Now when we create the app, the actual full business name will be also found on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Now we've got a section here for if clients want to pay for the deposit or the whole thing with their credit card. Now this credit card facility we get charged a 3% surcharge because it uses PayPal and that's how much they charge. So if the client does want to pay in full, then they get the 15% discount, and then we have to add the 3% surcharge, and this is $13.28, so that's the $12.90 plus the 3% surcharge. So you can easily click on that and that'll basically bring up the details to fill in. The customer can either fill in their PayPal password or they can click here to pay with credit card. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Okay, number 2, your Mango Apps login details. So this is where the client will actually log in to update their app. So if I bring up the Mango Business Apps website again, so this is where the client will log in, so they'd click login and then they would put in their username and password that you're coming up with right now to be able to log in to update their dashboard. So let's just go back there. Okay, so the email can be any email that they particularly use. So in this case I'll use my own email. And password, oops, so I'll just put in whatever there, @.com. Password should be something that they can remember, can be whatever they want, 7772912, or it can be whatever they like, Alice 2070. Okay, business name, so in this case we go Mango Business Apps. And the first name of the client, Ishmael Mehmet, and mobile number, okay that's a long one, and telephone number. So this would be their business number, 03942 blah blah blah, put in the number. Fax number, now not many businesses have got faxes anymore, so in that case you just write 000, and of course the website address. Okay, if they don't have a website, then I would just write none. Okay, street address, so let's just write Street, and the town, so we'll just write Mornington. Okay, Victoria, and of course the postcode. Okay, any additional information that you come across throughout filling in this form, you can always come back to this section here. In the past, where customers have wanted particular tabs, such as a specials tab, a customer in a cafe, food takeaway, they might want you to create a particular tab. So you just write create new tab titled, and in brackets, specials. Done. So any additional information. Okay, number 4. Now this is the sliders. So actually no, this is not the sliders, this is the toolbar at the bottom. So I'll just bring up an image here. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the tabs at the bottom of the screen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs. Now these cannot be information tabs. Otherwise Apple will reject them. They actually have to do things. So we have given you some guidance with this anyway. So the first one, you'd have contact. Or now we've got here alias, so if you want to change that to call us. And the next one can be so basically you'd go back to using looking at your iPad or iPhone to look for examples. So you might bring that back up on screen and just look for examples here and say, okay, so we've got here rewards, so let's put rewards. So loyalty scan or loyalty stamp. So the loyalty scan is the QR codes where the customer would scan, and the loyalty stamp is the 4-digit secret code. So let's make that a loyalty stamp down there, and then again you just go back to this example. So if it's a food or any other type of business, you can bring up example apps that we've done, and then you'd go, okay, next one, what do you want it to be? Let's make it an events tab. Okay, number 4, let's look at that, and maybe Fanwall is a popular one for customers to be able to write reviews. And number 5, you would look at maybe a newsfeed. So the best example for you to find your feet with this is to really look at our existing apps. So if you're dealing with a restaurant, have a look at one of our food apps. Beauty, you might bring up a Buzz Day Spa. So there you go. So with all of that, you may decide to make the Fanwall, you might write that as reviews. Events is quite a good name already. Loyalty, you may make that coupons, or perhaps rewards, and the rest is pretty straightforward. Okay, now we're moving along to the sliders. Now I'll show you some examples with the sliders. So you can see here we've basically created 4 sliders. So the first one is beauty shop, and then you'd use your finger to slide across. The next one, appointments, beauty cam, and socialize or social media. Okay, just to give you another example, here we go. The first one is order, sliding across image gallery, food cam, social media. In this case we've done 5, but we're trying to limit it to 4 because Apple do not like it when there are too many, and simplicity is the key. Okay, so let's go for the first one. So the first one you may want to make as a merchandise. So merchandise is basically the shopping cart. So it could be called shopping, or it could be online shopping. Okay, or it could be orders, or order your whatever it is that you're ordering. Okay, the next one here we've got again, we basically refer to our apps that we have existing. So if we go back, and so the second one is maybe an appointment. So email form. So this is basically what would make as an appointment. And then the next one going along, maybe your social media, socialize, or the customer may prefer that we call it social media. And the last one may be the image cam. So you would refer it to, in this case we've called it beauty cam. Again, it's got to really suit the business. Okay, so that's basically your sliders. Any additional comments you can write in here, and that's pretty straightforward. For the appointments, the customer may want to have varying information. So here's an example for salon supplies and furniture where the customer has selected appointments, and when their customers click on appointments on screen, it'll bring them to this form here. So in this case, what you would do is you'd actually make some comments and you'd write down all the services for the appointments. So you would add here in appointment form, add the following services, and then you would write in there maybe massage, maybe acrylic nails, maybe blow dry, whatever the services are. This is the place where you would add that information, so it's all linked up. So if anyone's having an appointments form, when you're seeing a beauty industry, I would say you would most definitely fill in the services of any kind of industry. Reservation is a little bit different because reservations is basically pretty generic across the board. Okay, so that's done. So now let's move down to the number 6, more stuff section. So we can see here the more button is just always in the corner here. So when clients click on more, they'll get this come up here. So this is basically, Apple have a maximum amount. If it goes over that, then they will reject the app, because these things it does refer to like a lot of web links. So if we have too many web links, it can get rejected. So we keep that to a minimum of 6. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So the more buttons section here. Now info tab tire. Now basically the info tab can be whatever information they want to have. So in this case, if we look at this one here, the info tab might be spa therapy menu. So in this case you would write spa therapy menu. And of course the client will have to provide us with that information. Now what the tires mean, is actually tiers, is another drop down menu. So if you put there 2 and they want to have another section, you'd write in there info tab dash second tier will be courses, say. So basically when you click on one button, like a drop down menu like you'd find on a website. So this again is for that additional information. Okay, the next one we look at, okay, let's look at subscribe. And like we've brought it up here, we've called the subscribe, we've changed that to join. So you may just write join. Okay, the next one we look at it might be a PDF tab. Now PDF is where they basically upload their PDFs. So we've got here a spa menu. So it could be something else, some other PDF. It could, if it's a food menu such as, or you might just change that to our products. So whatever information they have as PDFs that they want to upload. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Now if we look here and we can see web view. Now what the web view is if the customer wants on their app a about us, if they want to take their clients, their customers directly to a particular web page. So then you would go to their web page, just copy and paste in the URL. So it might be www.me.com/aboutus.html. So basically taking them directly to their web page. Okay, the next one. Now we've got here direction view GPS. Now a customer might have multiple locations, and what that does is it basically shows them a map with little balloons and can take them to multiple directions. So if you were to put that in there, then again you would use this comment section and you would just write in there direction view, and then you'd basically write in the different addresses. Number 12 Allen Street, Southport, and then the next one, number 10 Go Street, and so on. So you basically put in all the different addresses. Okay, if we look at another one here, let's have a look at, so you've got record, for the customer to be able to record audio from their app and email it to themselves, and newsfeed. Now newsfeed is a great feature. It basically allows the customer to read up on different issues related to the business. So what you'd need to do here is come up with different keywords for the business so the app can actually search. So if you've got a hairdressing salon you're seeing, you would type in there beauty news. It might be whatever the customer is, whatever is relative to the customer. So looking after your health. If you're seeing a fitness business, it could be basically Australian fitness. So you basically sit and work with the customer as well, coming up with different keywords. Okay, so the next one let's look at is membership. Now what membership is it's basically if a customer says to you, we've got a VIP section of our clients that we only want certain clients to be able to reach, then that's fine. You'd basically put in their membership and right here VIP. Okay, and subscribe, so the customers can subscribe, and messages, which is the notifications, which is now with all the new apps we've made actually appears on the front of every single app anyway, so we'll probably remove that. So we may just have subscribe, and you might make that just called join us. Okay, so the more tabs, a good way of guiding yourself is really just refer to the apps that we have. So basically customers can look and see what they'd like, and you can quickly put that together based on existing apps. Okay, so let's move down to section 7, the nitty-gritty stuff. Okay, so the loyalty coupons, the loyalty tab coupons offer. Now the coupon scan is where the customer hands their phone to the business owner behind the counter and they put in a 4-digit secret code. So that works really well for coffee shops where customers come backwards and forwards. For pizza shops, we've found the QR code is very effective. We've found quite a few different pizza owners have said to us that they don't want their staff who are flat out, they don't want them stopping to put in a 4-digit secret code. So what we have is we give them a QR code, and the customer can just scan the QR code on the counter, and we put in, say, a 12-hour window so they can't misuse it. So let's put together an offer. Okay, so the first one is the scan with the QR code behind the counter. So you just basically write in capital letters, free large pizza. And number of times they have to purchase a pizza to get that offer, let's say 10 times. And the hours is how many hours. So if we put in 8 hours, that means the customer, they can't be sneaky, they can't misuse it, they can't go beep beep and just get the offers there. They have to come back in another 8 hours. Okay, let's do another one. Free garlic bread. And number of users, let's make that 5, and again 8 hours. Now Apple, we recommend to get it approved with Apple that they have some loyalty offers. They can have both scan and stamp, it's up to the customer. So let's look at this one. Let's say free, or let's say half price haircut. Okay, secret code 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the customer comes up with. And how many times do they have to hand their phone to be stamped? So let's say 5 times. Okay, another one, maybe free coffee. Free coffee and secret code. So we recommend with the one business that they have just really the one same code, so it saves confusion. 10 times they have to stamp their coffee card within the app, and that's it. So sometimes the customers want more than one. They may just want the stamp card. If that's the case, then you'll just leave it like that. And you can see an example here when you click on show examples, and this will basically show you here. So this is how this works. And we've got here, when making an offer, make sure the offer sounds attractive and entices users to use the feature. So there's nothing worse than having a really poor or stingy offer. So you've really got to get real with your customers when they're putting together their offer. And another thing, if the customer is saying to you, well, look, I need to think about this, then that's fine. You could just say, well, look, let's come up with just something. Once it's approved, then before you promote your app, you can log into the dashboard, change the offer, hit save, and then you can promote it. Okay, so the next section is the social media. So what you do is you just basically do a search. So if we do a search now, so you'd create a new tab and just do a little Google search. So if you go, let's say, a buzz day spa Facebook, do a little search, and then you find a buzz day spa. So then what you'll do there is you just copy and paste the URL straight into the Facebook. You do the same with Twitter, LinkedIn if they've got it, and YouTube as well. Now I recommend to our clients, whenever I see our clients, I always recommend that they have a YouTube video because it's entertaining for their customers. So it might be if you're seeing a hair salon, if they don't have a YouTube video, you could say to them, okay, well, what about fashion TV, or if it's a skincare, looking after your skin. So you might just go to YouTube and do a little search on a particular topic, something to do with, if it's an Italian restaurant, Italian cooking. So just go to Facebook here, so let's go to YouTube, and you do a little search. So let's go Italian cooking. So then you might find something, or you might type in traditional, or even if you want something fun, you may even just go Seinfeld to just put in Seinfeld episodes. Whatever it is that the client wants, whatever's relevant. If it's a coffee shop, talking about Seinfeld, he's come up with a new show of drinking coffee in cars. So again, it's relative. So it's about entertaining their customers. Okay, so we've got here radio, RSS, if they've got an RSS feed, if they've got a blog, again, all you do is just copy and paste. Okay, the next section is the events tab. Now, a lot of businesses don't do events. So to give you an example, one of the coffee shops, My Sweetopia, they don't do events, but we recommended that we chose here generic industry to location. So what we did there is we just went to the local council website and did a little search for the area of the local council, and then we just copied and pasted the different events. So we've got here, please enter web address URL of your events or give a brief description. So in this case I would just type in here, please go to, or even better if you can do that work while you're there, go to the council website, or just please go to let's say Prahran Council website to get events. Or if they have something in particular, then they can basically direct you there as well. Okay, image gallery. Now if they've got a Flickr account, that's great. You can again copy and paste, or Picasso, Instagram. If they don't, you just basically choose Mango Apps default and we'll upload the images for them. Okay, email tab information. Okay, now in this section, now I did mention this earlier, this is actually the section that you would fill this in. So we have just updated this form to make the workflow a lot easier. So if you've made an appointment form, then in this section you would put services. You would write services and fill in all the different services. So blow dry, massage. So you'd write all the services in there. If it's a book a quote, you may come up with, please send us, or whatever the customer comes up with. You may refer to their website, book a quote, any other information such as restaurant reservation. That's quite generic, so we're basically able to fill in all those details, and then the email that this is getting sent to. So it may be orders@michaelsoriental.com.au. So that's where that's going to. Okay, the next section is the shopping cart. So if you go to the drop down menu, if you're visiting a hair salon and they sell products, we recommend telling them you've got all these products here, you want to sell them through the app, you want to make money while you're asleep basically. So that would be used for the merchandise tab. You would not choose food ordering obviously. And if they've got an existing shopping cart such as Shopify, Magento or Volusion, then you can just let us know and we will contact them and integrate that. Most businesses don't have anything, so we'd actually create that for them. So you would choose Mango Apps. And again, the email where that would come to, so orders@abuzz.com.au. Okay, so that's basically how you would use that. And we can see here cash, customers pay by cash when they pick up their order, and electronic. If the customer says no, I just want cash, then you would just choose that section there, just the cash. Now let's imagine it's a food ordering. So you'd choose food ordering, again Mango Apps, and again give them the option to pay via cash or credit card. Okay, a food delivery system. Oops. Okay, let's just go back. Okay, food delivery system. Okay, so you can see here, do you want a food delivery system? Yes, I do. So it may be a pizza shop that you're dealing with. and you would ask the customer, how far do you deliver? They may say 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers, done. Delivery fee, we charge $5 delivery fee. And what's the free delivery amount? So the customer may say, okay, when one of our customers pays $20, then it's free delivery, $20. Lead time, how long is it going to take? Generally, 45 minutes is a good one to say. Okay, business trading hours, so you just go 9 to 5, 9 to 5, and just fill in that details, and it may be different on the weekends. Okay, printer details. So this is basically if the client wants his customers, when they make an order, they'll need a thermal printer to print out the order. So it's fantastic technology. It's very exciting for the customers to be able to get that order with their thermal printer. Most businesses don't actually choose this option because one, they may not have a thermal printer, and two, they just prefer to get an email. But otherwise, if they do, you'd basically say send order to printer, and you'd need to collect their Gmail and their Gmail password. Now from here we basically look after it. From the back end we will contact the customer and we'll log in to their system and set that up for them. Okay, now image gallery. So this is to go inside the image gallery. Again, this is where you would fill in this form from the customer's computer. So this is why you ask them before you start filling in the form, do you have all your images in that computer over there? If they say yes, then you would fill in this form. So you just basically choose the file and that'll attach all the images into this form. Okay, now your menus. So again, you would attach either a PDF or a Word document. So upload menu or product list, upload menu or product list, again if they've got more than one, so we're giving them 3 options. Okay, shopping cart information. So this is basically what we do to get them started. We set up 3 categories with 3 products, and then from there they can go through the website and watch all the video tutorials. They're very, very easy to follow, so they can continue to create an unlimited supply of categories and products. So let's say the first category is, let's say, high heel shoes. Product 1, and product 1 name, so let's say Tigress, just off the top of my head. A little description, suede shoes, and the price $20. Now if the customer hasn't got time for this, basically, or if they haven't got all this information, this is why we have got this section here. It says, I don't have these files now, send the client an email notification. So you can click on that and that'll basically bring up an email, and all you need to do is just fill in the details here. Once the client gets this email, they'll click on this link, and I'll show you where that link takes them to. So this is the link that they'll receive when they're at home, where they're on the computer that actually has the files. So they can basically fill this in, their logos, image gallery, menu. So again, we've just made it really streamlined, so it collects all that information in the one place. So if you do find that the customer says, oh, can I do this later, that's not a problem. We do prefer it if you can collect all the information while you're there, because that'll basically mean that we can get straight to work and start straight away. So that's basically it. So if you've got any issues at all that you need to do is just basically look at the apps. If you're wondering about the more tabs, what should I put here or there, just go back to a relevant app that we've made and just take a look and say, okay, well, what they've done here is they've used this and that, let's do the same. So you really don't need to reinvent the wheel. Basically it's all there. It's quite a easy system to fill in. So if you've got any questions at all, please feel free to email myself, info@mangobusinessapps.com.au, or you can give me a call as well. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.